know you know the song, Jose.
Yeah, I just don't know.
Do you know the artist?
Oh man. Get a hint? Can I get a hint?
It rhymes with Jim's. I don't know. I don't know. It's Mims, right?
Mims.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
Good
man.
job.
See, I like when we do like the modern day
The new school,
clown
right?
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
no,
I
I
could
do.
just be Mr. Smart over here. But these '80s times, I'm dead.
Take a
though.
backseat to that
Yeah,
one.
that's exactly right. It's 1580 the Fanatic.
all about you
AC
today,
Preps
Mel.
365. Alongside Jose Garcia filling in for Big Brett Quintine today. And we have a guest joining us in studio. And you've probably seen him at a game near you, whether it's on the football field or the basketball court. It's Charles Wilson from Sportalytics. Did I say that right, Charles? 'Cause it is a tough thing to say, kind of.
It is. It's Sportalytics.
Sportalytics.
It's like a
That makes a
fusion
lot
between
more sense.
like sports and analytics. But I'll be rebranding soon, so it's more easier for people to say.
I like Sportalytics for now. For now, so we got Charles Wilson. Charles, how did you get into doing video like you're doing, shooting the videos that you are shooting? I've seen a couple of your commitment videos. I think the Spencer Rattler one was a one that got a lot of attention from you, and you're doing like the drone shots and all kinds of cool stuff. So how'd you get involved into this, Charles?
So I actually started at Arizona State University, where I got my degree in mathematics. So I got my degree in mathematics, but I'm doing video. It doesn't mix. But then I actually got my master's in sports law and business with a focus in sports law and business. But what happened was I was writing a final 20-page paper about recruiting, and that's when I was like, okay, I take this paper and I could help kids get recruited or help evaluate them. So I started this company called Sportalytics, where it's like a fusion between sports and analytics. And in order to market the company, I was doing videos. So while I was doing these videos and posting them online, players were contacting me, and the media portion actually took off instead of my actual evaluations portion. So that's when I switched my whole business plan and just went to straight videos and highlights.
And it's worked out. I mean, the stuff that we've seen, especially with Spencer Rattler, his commitment video. I mean, that was awesome to see. How did that come about? Take us to the background of that, because obviously the aerial shot that you had, the drone shot, was on point. The video itself, I mean, it was really relaxed, real chill, and the way it all came about, we weren't expecting it. Just dropped out of nowhere. But it was definitely hot.
Yeah, so one of the first games I went to was Pinnacle versus Mountain View when I first started. And after that game, Spencer reached out to me and was like, hey, this was his freshman year. He was like, hey, come out to Mike Giovando's quarterback camp and check it out. So I went out there, developed a relationship with him and his father and his whole family. They've been very supportive. So, I contacted him his sophomore year, and I was like, hey, whenever you're ready for a commitment video, I'm your guy. And then he just reached out to me and was like, hey, let's do a commitment video. Shot it at his house, then went to Pinnacle, shot the rest of it. And I was actually on a plane to Portland to go to the opening in June, at the end of June. And he was like, let's do it today. And then I just released it. I was on a plane when I released it, and it just took off.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I think what you're doing is cool, too, because you kind of do it in a new school way of doing things, where there's a lot of old school traditional ways of doing video, but I think you're getting some new stuff going, like we mentioned the drone aspect of that video and just things like that. So I guess what makes you different from other people that are trying to do the video thing in high school sports and sports in general? Just what do you think makes you different, Charles? What do you go for?
Yes, I'm trying to add some extra flavor and have the athlete put their input into the video. I want them to be a part of the video. The difference between what you see on huddle highlights and my highlights are that I'm on the field. I'm getting that raw emotion that's on the field. You can't replicate that. You can't fake it. To see those emotions that they go through during the game and to see it on the field, it just adds a different perspective. Also the music, they like to have a certain type of or everybody likes to have a certain type of music, so I try to cater to them and have them part of the video making process.
Yeah, I almost think it's like almost like a more millennial based like video shoot that you're doing, because it's got like cool music behind it, and you're right. So now you've kind of got this king of the game thing as well going, which I'll get into just a second. Just to reset, this is Charles Wilson from Sportalytics joining us, and the king of the game stuff I think has been cool to see. Like you were saying, the kids get involved into the video that they're making, and if you follow him on Twitter, it's at Sportalytics as well, so you can see some of these videos that we're talking about here. But how'd that come about as well with getting them involved in the whole King of the Game setup and idea that you're doing?
So it's funny because I was working with one of the coaches at Phoenix College. His name is Pierre Singfield. I used to play at ASU as well as with the Texans, and we were actually trying to run a camp where we help kids with their technique and everything. So we were thinking of different names of the camp, and we actually stuck to King of the Game. From there, I kind of took that and made it, okay, that's the player of the game. So that's when I started doing that. And the funny thing is I'm actually rebranding from Sportalytics to King of the Game, because when I go to the games now, people are like, hey, King of the Game. They don't know me by Sportalytics. They know me by King of the Game. So I think it's a real good thing. And I know every Chandler game I went to, the kids were like, hey, you're going to give it to Drake, right?
Pretty much every game.
Yeah.
Charles, mathematics. I mean, when you mentioned that right now, I was a little bit blown away because obviously you're doing video.
Yeah.
So how did that all come about? That's crazy. That obviously started with mathematics and now you're Sportalytics and doing the video stuff.
So I started off with math because it was something I was always good at, and I know I wanted to be in sports. So what I wanted to do with math was be in the analytics portion of sports, because we know that analytics is starting to get more into sports, and that's the route I wanted to go.
Gotcha.
Eventually, that went into trying to become an athletic director. That's why I took the master's degree. Had a mentor in Ray Anderson at ASU. Real good friends with him, and he's been excellent helping me where I was able to shadow him. But then it was kind of like I asked myself that same question, like, okay, I got a degree in math, but I'm videotaping. But it's cool because it gave me the ability. I didn't know anything about videoing. I was able to do it my own way and add my own flavor to it, and people just liked it. So I think I don't bring your traditional video work to the video scene.
Yeah, I think that's why it's cool. I like what you're doing just because it's a cool switch up, and it's got, like you were saying, just a different flavor to it, which I like as well. So what's the long-term vision for you, Charles? What's next for you? How are things growing? Kind of what do you see yourself moving forward with, and how do you grow what you're trying to do here?
Yeah, so again, I'm gonna be changing from Sportalytics to King of the Game, and again, my goal is to have, if players need help with editing videos or me coming out to their game to get more exposure, or asking questions on, hey, what do I do if I want to get noticed? I could give them tips. I could help them out with their editing. I could go to their games to see, okay, let's put your school on the map, because let's be honest, there's a handful of schools that, control, all the views and everything. So I definitely want to do that. And what I got upcoming is, again, that change. Next month I'll be going to the U.S. Army All-American game.
Okay.
So that's going to be huge. Unfortunately, there's no Arizona players in, so I need to talk to them about that. But
Please do. But hey, you're going to be the Arizona representative, so.
Yes, but it's going to be awesome. It's going to be my third year over there, so I'm excited about that. But you guys need to stay tuned. I'll have some sporting equipment coming out pretty soon for players that win King of the Game.
And he's well prepared. He came in with his cell phone is on, his camera is on, he's filming this, so he knows about self-promotion, so obviously the kids want to hit him up. Where can they find you at, Charles, for sure?
Yeah, you guys could find me at Sportalytics, and that's SPORTALYTIX, or if you check out the hashtag KOTG, which is King of the Game, or hashtag King of the Game, you guys could find me on either or any social media website.
Yeah, we just put him out there on the AZ Preps 365 Twitter as well, so you definitely see his handle there. Same thing with your Instagram and on Facebook as well, right?
Yes.
Ray, should we talk to him about Ray Anderson?
Yeah.
Can you talk about Ray Anderson?
What's
depends.
Ray Anderson like? Then?
Yes.
Yeah, because this sounds like he was kind of a mentor to you throughout the process of everything that you're doing. So what's he like behind the scenes and just as a man?
Ray is a cool guy, and the thing is, he doesn't put himself on a pedestal to people that he's helping out. I reached out to him when I was at the master's program. I was able to sit down with him again. I was able to shadow him for a day to see, okay, he's doing radio interviews. He's taking these random meetings. I was able to sit in on a couple of private meetings that he had. I'm sure that he knew that there was no confidential information, so I was able to be in there. But all he wants to do is help. He was able to introduce me to other athletic directors. And he's been a great mentor, because I told him, hey, I wanted to be an athletic director. And then once I started this, it was kind of like, I'm fully invested in this.
Yeah, no problem at all. And then Charles, right now, speak to us as well about the grind of high school sports, because everybody thinks it's like this glamorous thing sometimes, but you're out there grinding. I caught up with you on the state championship game. You're running back and forth. You're like, man, I'm a one-man band right now, so I gotta be all over this place. So tell me about that too, and just these early mornings and everything that you do, the behind-the-scenes work with high school sports.
Yeah, it's very taxing. So when I go to these high school sports games, majority of them are on Friday. I want to get the content out as soon as possible. So I'm staying up editing until like 3 in the morning. And that's the things that people don't see, but I'm willing to put the work in to get these kids exposure. And at the state championship game, when you see me, I have to run from sideline to sideline so I don't miss a play. I've done it where I first started, I was walking across, there's a punt, and then the person takes it back to the house. I don't want to miss those plays. So definitely the state championship game was taxing. I was there for 12 hours, running back and forth, and the editing portion was crazy because I did the Chandler Perry one, and then kids from Saguaro and Centennial like, hey, what about our highlights? So I had to stay up that whole next day, like, okay, I need to get both these out the next day.
Yeah.
So.
You got to hustle. Hey, welcome to the high school game,
Yeah,
Joe.
that's right.
Did you attend a local high school, by the way, here in Arizona?
No, I'm actually from San Jose, California.
San Jose, another California one. You're outnumbered, Mr. Mello.
Yeah, that's right. The only local guy.
Which high school?
Santa Clara
Santa Clara High School.
The
Okay.
Bruins.
So we'll
Gotcha.
big shout out to the Bruins.
Yeah, that's awesome, Charles. Well, everything we can do to help you in the future moving forward, feel free to reach out to us and to help grow your brand. And one more time, shout out all your social media stuff and how people can find you.
Yeah, you guys can find me on social media at Sportalytics, and I'll spell that again. It's SPORTALYTIX. And if you guys want to just look for the hashtag, something easier, it's just hashtag KOTG or hashtag King of the Game.
You get the king of the game for this interview.
King of the game.
Right.
You got Charles
James
in
Mello.
studio. Yes.
King of the game.
Exactly.
I know how it
You
is.
should film that.
I know how it is, man, because I saw him, you caught up with Jared Caldwell, I think, after the
Yeah.
championship game from Chandler. And he was
That's
the
right.
guy, yeah, so.
We'll put that on our Twitter feed.
I don't know.
Sorry, Charles. Can we do that?
Yeah, we can do
Can we
that.
do that all right?
Yeah,
Do we have to get
yeah.
permission for that?
That's right, man.
We'll pay you some royalty fees.
That's fine, I'll give him whatever, yeah. I'm no stranger to selling out for whatever it takes.
We'll get
that's
some
for sure.
donuts for Charles.
So Charles, appreciate you joining us. Charles Wilson's from Sportalytics. King of the Game is going to be rebranding too, so the best of luck with everything, man. We appreciate it. This is 1580 The Fanatic. I'm James Mello alongside Jose Garcia. Keep it locked here. More coming up next.